So changing the trim tab. These are actually called the trim tab zincs. This is an old one. This is parked under here. The existing one's here on the left side. And this one was here. You can see how rough that is. Just took that off. This is a new one. I'm gonna put that on. And of course you access these through this top part on the back of the leg. And it's a 1/2 inch and just unscrews. So there's a rubber cap that goes on top of these. This piece. And just take that off. And so we're gonna change these out. Okay, so we just placed the starboard side trim tab zinc. So it's nice and fresh and new. This is the port side. So you can see how it's completely gone. It's very pitted. The little fin is gone rather, but there's still some protection there. So 1/2 inch, need an extension to get down in here. And just undo it. Tyler and I are working on port starboard sides here. We're going to take out the zincs. So there's 3 zincs on this version of this 150 Yamaha. These are 08s and it's 2018 now. So we got one there, and then we got 1, 2 more. Right. Apply a bit of pressure, turn it up, twist out. It's kind of rubberize. So when you see the zinc come out, also known as the anode, it looks a bit rough. It's got some browning, some corrosion, a lot of salt buildup. It's kind of normal. This is actually in really good shape. So what we're just going to do is put a wire brush to it, clean it up, and put it back in. But before you do that, make sure you replace those rubber washers on the end. They're only $3. So in the first part of the video, the black engine shrouds that I'm pulling off here weren't on. These are at the back of the engine, of course, and they cover the spark plug wires and the 2 zincs that are at the back of the engine. As soon as you remove the engine cover, the black shrouds are there. They easily just pop off. So do that before you proceed, of course. So in this part of the video, I'm just showing you where the zincs are in relation to the spark plug wires and spark plugs. It's real easy to get these out. Pull off the spark plugs, and then a 12mm wrench attaches to that top bolt. You loosen that off, and then you'll see a set of pliers come in, and you kind of twist and pull out at the same time. Don't use a lot of force. It'll kind of just be firm, but pull that out, and the zincs will come right out. So this is the zinc out, of course. As you can tell, it's the corroded browny kind of end to that. There's still a lot of material, so I guess the zincs, the anodes, they're sacrificial. So the cooling system goes through there, and instead of the salt water and the corrosion building through the engine, it attaches to the zincs, and that's why they call them sacrificial anodes. So that'll slowly get eaten away after time. And in this case, it's still a lot of material. We're just going to wire brush it off, clean it up, and go from there. And in this case, what we did do is after we cleaned it off, we put new rubber gaskets on there. And that's just to seal it. Like I said, the salt water runs through the engines to cool things, and don't run the risk of putting in old rubber gaskets in. Replace those. They're only $3 versus the actual cost of the zincs, which are $30, which I just don't understand, but it is what it is. And so new gaskets on there, and back in it went after it was cleaned up. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you out. Have a look at our other videos on YouTube, all the fishing and life on Vancouver Island. As well, follow us over at Coastal Blue Adventures on Instagram and Facebook.